A few moments later.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're first grade.
You're like 8 or 6? Yeah. How'd you do that? 7. That's not bad.
Daddy, you won second place.
I got second place. Yeah.
What's up everyone? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. My 2K race was last Saturday. It was actually the race that I would say maybe marked really the beginning of my comeback. I should say the beginning of my unretirement last year. It was kind of fun to feel like things were coming full circle and to go back to the same event. But anyways, this time around, we actually went and stayed in an Airbnb about 5 minutes from the boathouse. My wife and kids all came up with me, so we made it a bit of a family trip. It was nice not to have to drive 2.5 hours the morning of. I had tapered last week. My final tune-up sessions had felt pretty good. So physically speaking, everything seemed to be setting up for a big score. Come race day, I just got in my own head a bit, and I could tell the anxiety was there, the pre-race nerves were there, the pressure was there, and combine that with the distractions of an in-person race environment, and really didn't come as much of a surprise to me that I fell short of my goal. So my target all along this training plan has been to break 6:10 for 2K. That was the goal on Saturday, and I came up decently short of that. I mean, of course I was a little disappointed, but I was surprisingly at peace with the result. And maybe part of it was because my family was there, and I was able to kind of see the bigger picture and see that this was a pretty cool opportunity for me to share in the race day experience with my wife and my kids. And it was a great way for my kids to see how their dad handles disappointment and how we just pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep going. Wrapped up our trip to Sacramento, came back, and I knew kind of from the moment I got home that I was gonna give the 2K one more try because I felt like the fitness was there and I felt like I needed to give it at least one more try before I could feel good about moving on, regardless of the result. I just needed to try one more time at home in the Brown family gym. And so that is what I set out to do today. Let's see how it went. That piece really couldn't have gone much better. Breaking 610 was far from a sure thing. Despite knowing and believing that the fitness was there, it's never a sure thing when you put yourself in test mode. And I was, of course, still a little bit nervous, even though I felt more comfortable in my home setup and was obviously able to control a lot more of the variables. So for today, I went back to the same race plan from a few weeks back, telling myself that, I should be in theory a little fitter than I was back then. Let's aim to get through, or let's aim for this first 1,000 meters to once again be an easy 1,000-meter piece at 132, 133. And let's once again believe that I have maybe just a little bit more fitness to be able to wind it down this time over the remaining 1,000 meters and get it below that 132.5. So that was the plan. And pretty much the first 1,000 went about as well as I could have expected. Sure, it felt hard through the 1,000-meter mark, but as far as 2Ks go, I felt pretty good, and by about 800 meters left, I knew I had a shot. It was still not a sure thing at that point, but I knew I had a chance. I just needed to hang on for another 300-400 meters, and then I'd be able to finish. And much like a few weeks ago, I didn't have much of a sprint, but I had just enough of a kick this time to get it just a fraction below 610 at the end. So I think with today's result, I can happily put the past 13 weeks to bed. I don't have really any desire to do another 2K anytime soon, if I'm totally honest. It's not a distance that I considered to be a strength of mine, which was part of the impetus, honestly, for doing the 13-week plan, was feeling like I needed to conquer my demons and prove to myself that I could do it. As far as what comes next, I don't plan on following any set training plan for some time, and that is intentional. If I think back to what worked well for me most of last year and what kept training fun and interesting, it was variety, right? If I think about what one of the common themes was last year, it was variety, along with a lot of steady state to rebuild my aerobic base. It was variety. I was constantly changing up my workouts, focusing on different test distances. So the cross-team challenge, the sub-7 intra-team challenge every month. Both of those were great for just switching up my focus, right? Focusing on shorter distances some months, longer distances other months. Not focusing on any one thing for more than a month at a time, really. And that worked really well. And for me, I think, as you will have heard me say in past videos, finding a sustainable way to train that keeps things fun and doesn't have me dreading getting on the ERG is the key. And I think that's honestly what most of us are looking for at this stage, right? We're not elite competitors doing this as our full-time jobs. We're doing this really to stay healthy, to scratch maybe a bit of a competitive itch that many of us have, and to feel like we've done some hard work. So if I want to keep that going as long as possible, I have to keep it fun. I don't know that I'll take too much of a break in terms of mileage, total mileage, but certainly in terms of mental pressure and the focus that is needed day to day in my training, I will be ramping that down for a bit and just kind of going with the flow. So I'll still, for sure, have some hard workouts appearing, but just kind of see how things feel day to day. A real heartfelt thank you to all of you who've followed me on the channel or who follow me on social media, and who've shown support over the last 3 months or longer. It really means a lot, and I've really enjoyed, honestly, connecting with a lot of you and seeing the success that many of you have had also in your own indoor rowing journeys. I know many of you were also competing this past weekend, and many of you will be competing again at the World Rowing Indoor Championships or at Crash Bees coming up. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how all of you do. Special shout out, special shout out, of course, to the Sub 7 Indoor Rowing Club and all the amazing folks there who've been incredibly supportive, are working super hard. I'm really pumped to cheer all of you on in your endeavors over the coming weeks as well. So I honestly don't think I could have done this training plan without the support of the online indoor rowing community. So thank you. So with that, until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep chasing. Peace.